Hey YouTube, this is Stacy. I've been seeing a common question on a lot of social media threads about how to get your loops to sync properly on the SP-404 Mark II, and I can understand the confusion. I had it myself, so I'm here to make a video to try to clarify some things and possibly entertain you a little. All right, so I have made this loop out of an old guitar part that I used to have right here. And it is perfect. It is perfect at what it is. I hit pattern edit. It shows it's at 69 beats per minute. I have the start, the length, everything. Of course, if you're new to this, you set your BPM by holding shift and then 11. And I have my project BPM set to 69 beats per minute. I turn this, my bank BPM is set to 69 beats per minute. We can play this and I'll go into the input menu, make sure that I got my external input, and you can hear that click. Dun, dun, dun. It's about the right tempo as the track, right? But it says recording BPM 90 beats per minute. Now this is important. I think when you go into this menu, it's kind of a bug. They should probably have this click at the tempo that it's going to record at, because it's not going to record at this tempo. This is where you need to set it, but it's not. It's not. This click is not how the tempo it's going to be at. It's kind of a bug, I think. So I get out of here. Like I said, so I want to resample this ridiculous vocal part I just did. Unintelligible. It's unintelligible. Yeah, I know it's ridiculous, but it does fit. Unintelligible. It's unintelligible. But I recorded it when I was using skip back. And so the end is not set. It goes on a little after. When it should, it is not a perfect loop. If I wanted to loop that, I want to make that a perfect loop. So what I would normally do, you resample this, but then I'll hit resample. Whatever, I hit resample. Oh, I gotta exit out of here. Resample, select my pad. And you'll notice the tempo is not the same here. Unintelligible. It's faster. And it says 90 beats per minute. That is because that is your recording BPM. And if you record this, if I start to record this, which I guess I could do that, it's not going to be right. It's going to be off the tempo. I don't need to do this. I can show you an example, but it's going to be too fast. So what you need to do is you go into your input menu and then set your BPM here to 69. And sometimes it's a little finicky. You got to hold shift. All right, got that to 69. Now, the song's in 69. I really recorded at 69 because I was using skip back, and my recording input is at 69. So using this end stop, which is really the secret to all this, or the key to all this, should work and make it a perfect loop synced to that other loop. So let's give that a shot. And you should hear the click, as long as, make sure you're in metronome mode so you can hear metronome mode off. You can hear the click. Now, the trick to end snap is when you hit it when you want to end recording. You touch, you hit resample. And then you'll hit this to turn end snap on. Start end. And when you hit your tab, it's going to start recording. And you want to hit it as close to where you want it to cut off on that beat as you can. It's going to round off, I think, to whatever your quantization settings are. But you don't want to do it before that beat. So it's like you want to do it just like a hair of a second after the first beat of the next measure, but not like so far that you're into the second beat or even a fraction of a beat. It's really kind of tricky, and sometimes you got to do it a couple of times, but I've never had to do it more than about 3 times to get it to work. Okay, so let's try to get this unintelligible 4 times to a loop. Anyway, we skipped a bit here because I re-recorded this whole track and I was not in mix mode. I was in external in mode. This is a tricky machine. So now I'm in mix mode. I've got my BPM. I changed it. It was set from 90 and I got it back to 69. or I did. I'll do it again. And I got recording the mix. So now I can exit out of here. I'm going to be quiet, and we're going to resample. Unintelligible. It's unintelligible. Unintelligible. It's unintelligible. Unintelligible. So we should have a perfect loop here. It's unintelligible. Turn the gate off, turn the loop on. Unintelligible. It's unintelligible. Yep. It took. So I hit in-step right at the beginning of that next beat where that would have started. And now, watch, and I can go play my pattern here. And when I hit this, this will loop absolutely perfectly with it. Unintelligible. It's unintelligible. Unintelligible. It's unintelligible. Unintelligible. Well, anyway, so I hope that clears it up. If anyone has any confusion, feel free to drop me a line in the comments. I may do a few more tutorials, one on mixing down stems at least. I hope this explains something to a few people at least. If not, let me know, and I'll see you around. Thanks.